easier without glasses. Everyone is searching for Krishna in the different aspects of his manifestation. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is partially realized in his impersonal Brahma-Jyoti effulgence and as the all-pervading Supersoul, dwelling within everything, including the particles of atoms. But Krishna is fully realized only by his pure devotees. Consequently, Krishna is the object of everyone's realization, and thus anyone and everyone is satisfied according to one's desire to have him. In the transcendental world also, Krishna reciprocates with his pure devotees in the transcendental attitude. Just as a devotee wants him, one devotee may want Krishna as Supreme Master, another as his personal friend, another as his son, and still another as his lover. Krishna rewards all the devotees equally, according to their different intensities of love for him. In the material world, the same reciprocations of feelings are there, and they are equally exchanged by the Lord with the different types of worshippers. The pure devotees, both here and in the transcendental abode, associate with him in person and are able to render personal service to the Lord, and thus derive transcendental bliss in his loving service. As for those who are impersonalists and they want to commit spiritual suicide by annihilating the individual existence of the living entity, Krishna helps also by absorbing them into his effulgence. Such impersonalists do not agree to accept the eternal, blissful personality of Godhead. Consequently, they cannot relish the bliss of transcendental personal service to the Lord, having extinguished their individuality. Some of them who are not firmly situated, even in the impersonal existence, return to this material field to exhibit their dormant desires for activities. They are not admitted into spiritual planets, but they are again given a chance to act on the material planets. For those who are fruitive workers, the Lord awards the desired results of their prescribed duties as the Yageshwara, and those who are yogis seeking mystic powers are awarded such powers. In other words, everyone is dependent for success upon his mercy alone, and all kinds of spiritual processes are but different degrees of success on the same path. Unless, therefore, one comes to the highest perfection of Krishna consciousness, all attempts remain imperfect, as stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam 2.3.10. Akama savakamo va mukshakama udarati tirena bhakti yogena yajita purusham param. Whether one is without desire, the condition of the devotees, or is desirous of all fruitive results, or is after liberation, one should with all efforts try to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead for complete perfection, culminating in Krishna consciousness. Yata mam prapajante tam sataiva bhajamyaham mama vatma navatante manusya padasavasaha. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. Om Agana Timrandasya Gananjana Salakaya Shaksamanitam Yana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasapade Srimati Japataka Swami Nityanamne Namacha Padaya Nitya Kripa Padayane Gaurakata Damadaya Nagara Kamatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasapade Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamne Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nivasesa Sanyavadi Pasacha Deshatarine. Oh, you should welcome our long-lost sister, Keshava Priya Matiji, went all the way to preach in the African countries. Back here for a visit. He's one of the senior Danish devotees here. So, Krishna is making it clear here that everyone, whatever the results that they want, whatever they're looking for, ultimately they're actually all looking for Him in all of His different aspects. Whether it's one on the material path, seeking fruitive activities or even sinful activities, or whether it's on spiritual pursuit, it is all within the realm of Krishna. Because Krishna said in the 10th chapter, Aham Savasya Prabhavo, Matta Savam Pravatade, that everything, both material and spiritual, they all come from me. There's nothing that exists outside of Krishna. Everything. But Krishna is everything is within Him, but at the same time is outside of everything. So any activities we perform, we just done all within the realm of Krishna. The only thing is that when we are engaging in material activities, we want to forget God. We want to deny that He is ultimately the supreme controller, the supreme proprietor of everything. And He is actually also our best well-wisher. We try to follow a path that does not include Him. You want to keep Him out of His system, because by keeping Him out, we can think that we are the controller. We don't want any competitor, because if we accept God in our life, that means we are not the supreme, because I'm not the boss. God is the boss. Therefore, one tries very hard to deny His existence. So many theories been bandied around about creation, about how the world came about, but without the need of God. That everything just come by chance, Big Bang theory, whatever theory is out there nowadays. So this is a problem. And when the results they get out of that is material sufferings, then they turn around and said, see, that's the proof. There's no God. If there's a God, how can He allow these sufferings to go on? You religionists call God to be the Father. Would the Father allow the children to suffer in this way? Why do they allow all these children to suffer in such a way? In war, in famine, in starvation. How can there be a God? And if there is a God, then He cannot be a kind God. He must be a very cruel God. Seeing all these things happening and still not doing anything about it. When I was in Geneva recently, I was speaking to someone. We were talking about, first he asked me why I was vegetarian. And you know, in Geneva, there are a lot of NGOs, non-government agency. So many of these people who are non-Swiss, they live there, they work there, and they go to different countries like South America, Africa, and do their whatever welfare work they do. So he was one of them. And we talk about vegetarianism, and then we talk about the consequences of meat eating, and how in the Vedic time, even though if one want to eat meat, you're allowed to eat meat, but you have to go to the forest and hunt the animal yourself. And before you release the arrow, you say, Mamsa, this lifetime I kill you, next lifetime you kill me. And he could relate to that because he goes to villages and he sees there's similar rituals that these and African villages that they do. When they kill an animal, they do have an understanding of some kind of karma. You know, especially in the remote part of Africa. And that was interesting. So when I said, and sometimes people ask why the war, why people are suffering. Well, you know, because it's mass killing of animals, also there's mass killing of human beings. It's collective karma. Instead of individually, it's a collective. You're collectively killing the animal, then you're killing killed in wars, in famines, in diseases, where many, many people get killed at the same time. It's not by chance. And that proves that there's a law governing everything. And when we talk law, we talk about lawgiver. There's a one who gives the law and someone who implements the law. And Krishna said very clearly here that everyone is actually following my path, whether they know it or they do not know it. And I reward everyone accordingly. It's very fair. It's just like you put 1,000 krona into a bank, you get back your 1,000 krona. When you withdraw, you're not going to get more, you're not going to get less. Unless, of course, they minus some fees that they charge you. So you don't put $1,000 in your saving account, then you expect to get 10,000 krona or 100,000 krona. It's very fair. So there's reciprocation. What we do, what we give out, we get back. That's the law of the universe. That's the law of nature. And this law of nature is very stringent. And that is why Prabhupada uses the phrase, stringent law of nature. It's very stringent. You cannot break it. You can break the law of the land, but we cannot avoid the law of nature. The law of karma will dish out the reward in due course, very fairly. So most people, they want to deny, and because of denying God, actually Krishna, he is providing this world to live out our desire, but at the same time, living it out in such a way that we follow some form of religious principles and ultimately go back to Him. It's just like sometimes the parents send a child, okay, time out, go to your room and stay in your room. When you have calmed down, when you get out of your tantrums and you are becoming more reasonable, then you can come out and join the dining table. Otherwise, you say. I remember when my grandchild was only 2 years old. When he threw a tantrum in the eat, I don't want to eat this, I want to eat that, Mother said, after a while, she just do like that. She just get off the chair, go to her room. And then 5-10 minutes later, she will come out. You okay now? You ready to eat now? I said, yes. Right? So this is our room, the material world. We want to. Why is Krishna the supreme enjoyer and control? Why am I not the enjoyer? All right. You want to rebel? Okay, go to your room. You have all your toys. So all your toys, and you see sometimes children play toys. The girls, they'll play with their girly toys. And the boys, they play with their whatever super man they have. All the powerful, they're fighting like they are the controller, manipulating all these toys, what they do. You see here, you go there. They are the real controller there. But that is their reality. So similarly, we are like those children. This is our reality. We think everything that we're controlling and enjoying are so real. But anything that's outside the realm of Krishna is not real. That's why it's called Maya. Illusion. That which is not. It seems to be, but it's not real. It's a reflection of the reality. So later in Bhagavad-gītā, in the 7th chapter, Krishna explained all those people who deny Krishna, who reject Krishna, and who are there. Let's read. See what Prabhupada said, what Bhagavad-gītā say. Namam duskrito no mudha prapadyante naradama maya parita jnana asuram bhavam ashrita. He said, those miscreants who are grossly foolish, they're called the mudhas. Sometimes they're called, in Bhagavatam, you call the asses. And why asses? Because asses are also very foolish, normally. Who are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me. So these are described as foolish the foolish group. Those who are lowest among mankind. Knowledge is stolen by illusion. They may have big titles. They may even be PhDs, supposed to be very, very educated, but they don't know even the most basic thing about spiritual philosophy, about the process of understanding God. All they know is just material science. And those who participate atheistic, those who are outright atheistic, these are people that will never surrender to Krishna because they're too foolish to surrender to Krishna. In the material world, they may be praised to be very successful. They may be praised to be very learned. And they may even get Nobel Prizes. But according to Bhagavad-gītā, not me, according to Bhagavad-gītā, they are known as mutas, foolish. Because their real knowledge is being stolen by illusion. And they are not capable of surrendering to Krishna. So this is unfortunate. But who are those who surrender to Krishna? They are considered to be very pious. There are again 4 groups. Chattuvida Pajante Mam, Jana Sukritano Juna. Ato Jikyasu Atati Gyanicha Bharata Sabha. The all best among the Bharats, 4 kinds of pious men begin to render devotional service unto me. The distressed, the desire of wealth, the inquisitive, and he who is searching for knowledge of the Absolute. So these 4 kinds, they may come with different motivation. Some who are distressed, they are really at the dead end of their endeavor to try to get some material satisfaction. So they are distressed, they come to Krishna for relief. And this is very common. Growing up, I've seen a lot of this movie from Hong Kong. And amongst the Chinese psyche, that very often someone will go to the Buddhist temple, the male or the female, they go to a Buddhist temple because their heart been broken of love. The lover rejected them or whatever, for whatever reason, and then they're heartbroken. So that's what is the use of life. So they go to the Buddhist temple and become a monk. And same thing, or the ladies will become a nun. And the abbot will ask, why you're so young? I said, no, I don't see any use living anymore. Right? And they give up and they just become one. So these are people out of distress. They give up. They try to seek enlightenment. And those who are seeking wealth, this is a big one. Very, very common, whether you're Chinese or Indians. I always joke, even when growing up, I always tell my grandmother, my parents, say, because it's a Chinese saying, if you're not in trouble, you don't look for God. You look for God only when you're in trouble, when you want something. So they go to the temple and pray. They go to different deity, this deity for passing exam, and this deity for wealth, and this deity for curing disease, and like India, so many different deities for so many different purposes. Man, you go there, you go and offer some incense, you get some flowers. That's why outside the temple there are always these flower shops making flowers. You can offer some flowers, a garland, and don't forget the undi. Put some money in the box there, and pray very intensely. And then you thought, okay, very nice. I done my duty. Or some people, they may have the home. Just on the way on the corridor, out just before they leave home, there's a picture of Lakshmi. And before they leave their home, Lakshmi, they pray to Lakshmi and hoping. But again, they don't realize you may have Lakshmi, but what is another name of Lakshmi? Chanchala. It's very unsteady. She never stay in one place too long. But where is the spot? There is a place that Lakshmi always stay and never go away. At the chest of Narayan. So when you only worship Lakshmi without Narayan, Lakshmi will come and go. You give you wealth, you take away wealth. But when you have Lakshmi Narayan, then she will never leave her husband Narayan. That's why another name of Narayan is Madhava, the husband of the goddess of fortune. And the Birla family understand that. That's why they're always building a Vishnu temple somewhere. They say as long as they continue building a Vishnu temple, the family wealth will not disappear. So they're worshipping God with the intention for wealth. And then there's those who are inquisitive. What are these Hare Krishna? What are they doing? And they come to investigate. And remember back in the late 70s, we heard about 2 persons came to join the temple in, I think it was Argentina. Later you found out that they were actually undercover police. They came to investigate who these Hare Krishnas are. What kind of sect is this? And of course, they were inquisitive. They came and they had to follow the whole program, waking up in the morning for Mangarati, chanting 16 rounds, reading scripture, Bhagavatam class, taking prasadam. And after some time, they forgot about being police. They became full-time devotees. They got purified. So whatever the reason we come to approach Krishna, that's fine. But we cannot stay on those positions. Because if we come out of distress, when the distress are gone, then what are you going to do? And it does happen. We may be going through a distressful situation, we take shelter of Krishna, and then the distressful situation go away, disappear. And we feel very sheltered, we feel very protected, and we think, oh, I'm fine. Everything is fine. Now I can go back to the material thinking that it will be still the same as when we were thinking shelter Krishna. But as soon as we step out, we are stepping out of the shelter of Krishna, then it's back to same old, same old. It's just like when it's raining. We are under the umbrella, the sheltered umbrella, we're sheltered. You say, I'm dry now, I'm okay. I can go out now of the umbrella. Immediately we get wet. So we have to move beyond that. Now, okay, our situation, okay, now let's try to understand who is Krishna, how to surrender more and more to Him. The same thing with wealth. Our financial situation is taken care of, then what are we going to do? Earn more money and spend more money? There's a saying, when you earn more, don't spend more, give more. We should adopt this in a mantra in our life. I want to earn more so I can give more. Not I can earn more so I can have more sense gratification. How much can we have anyway? Even the social scientists, they did experiment on people. They found out, that of course depending on the country where you live and the cost of living, so on. But this was done in America. They found out that if you earn something like $80,000, up to $80,000, where it's enough to cover all your basic needs, and you're living comfortable, you don't have any worry about things, you're comfortable, that's about the amount. Anything you earn more than that does not add to your happiness. It's just an extra burden. It's interesting. And this is done by social scientists, the experiment. So we earn up to a certain point where all our needs are taken care of, comfortable. That's like the max we have reached. If the rich people doesn't mean they're more happy. It's not necessary. They have all their own worries too. So this, and again, Krishna will reciprocate with us according to our desire, how we approach Him. I remember there was this one Bollywood movie Very old movie. I watched it from one of our ISKCON TV. They show the TV, they have a mixed subtitle to the movie. It was very interesting. I think I told this story here once. It was this boy of his orphan growing up in the temple. But one day the pujari discovered that the necklace from the pujari was gone. From Krishna was gone. And the temple council committee was called, and they investigated. They said the temple room was locked. There was nobody except this boy staying there. So it must be this boy. Who else can it be? There's no one else. So they kicked this boy out of the temple, and they accused him. And he had nowhere to go, so he went to his cousin in Mumbai. And in Mumbai, he had a small business. He was helping delivering ghee, selling ghee. But every day he would go to the Vishnu temple and offer one incense, very sincerely. But one day while offering incense, someone ran in, holding a bag, and fell at his feet and had a heart attack and died. He was being chased by some robbers or something, and he died. And inside the bag was a lot of money. So he became very rich. Then there was a fruit store lady just outside the cousin shop. How did he become so rich to open a big shop? He said, no, I just went and offered incense to Vishnu every day, and then this man died. And so he said, wow, one incense, one big bag of so much money. So I'll go to the temple every day, but I won't offer one incense, I'll offer a whole bunch of incense. Oh, Lakshmi, please bless me with money. So he was praying like that and offering. And suddenly someone came running and died. Again, died with the bag. So he said, oh, thank you. He opened the bag. It was filled with money. And as she opened the bag, the police came. It was counterfeit money. So they arrested her. So it shows, because she has false devotion, asking for money, so she got false money. I thought, wow, it's a nice movie, a nice lesson you learn from it. But ultimately, the fourth is those who are actually seeking for knowledge. And in the next verse, Krishna says, out of all the four, the best are those who are seeking for knowledge. Because if you come to Krishna seeking for knowledge, there's no end to knowledge. There's always more and more. Even if you read, you may say, I read Bhagavad-gītā. Doesn't matter. You read it the second time, you learn more second time. You read it third time, you learn more. You read it 10 times, you still learn more. There's no end to it. Right? So you're like Sudama, you've been coming to the Sunday program for what? 40 plus years. Right? More than 40 years. And still hearing the same lecture. But I'm sure every time you pick something up. You learn something more. So that's searching. So these are the four. So how we surrender to Krishna, we have to ask ourselves. We have to ask our conscience, I'm coming to the temple. What is my motivation? What do I expect? What do I want to achieve out of it? Some come very regularly. Some I see have been coming for 30, 40 years. But what is the purpose? What do I want to achieve? Am I coming because I'm distressed? Or I'm coming because I want more money? Or I'm just curious? You cannot be curious, because if you've been coming for many years, you cannot be curious anymore. Or am I really seeking for knowledge? And what I'm going to do with this knowledge? Do I just come to the temple, hear the lecture? Very nice, very nice. And you tell the speaker, very nice lecture, Prabhu. Thank you very much. And then you have some kirtan, take prasadam, pack your bag, and then off. And then now I've done my once a week, and now I live my life separately. No. You come to temple, you learn about Krishna consciousness, learn how to apply this in our daily life. Every week you come, you learn something. You pick up something, you think of something, you catch, okay, this is an interesting point. I'll try to apply this next week I'll try to apply this in my life. And what is the most main lessons you learn about Krishna conscious philosophy? What is the religion of this age? Is the chanting of Hare Krishna. That is a religion. That is a real religion, the chanting, the glorification of the name of the Supreme Lord, because it's not different from His name. It's 4:30, right? Until 4:30, yeah. So then, okay, we have heard it so many times. Chant Hare Krishna, make your life perfect by chanting Hare Krishna. Now are we doing that? Are we just coming to the temple, nice classes, entertainment? Like instead of going to the movie, you go to the class for kirtan and the class. It's entertainment. No, we're coming here, it's a center of learning. Right? The difference between ISKCON temple and all other temples you've been to in the India or Nepal, usually there's not much reciprocation. There's no knowledge being distributed. You just go there, you have your darshan, you offer some flowers, you do some puja with the pujari, and then that's it, and you go. Where's the pravachan? There's no pravachan. What do we learn when you go to the temple? You come to ISKCON temple, you learn. You learn something. You should not be that, I just grew up in this and I just accept it. But you should be asking questions. I know we are many of us are Asian educated. We went to Asian schools. You are not supposed to ask questions. You are supposed to listen. You're supposed to do what the teacher tells you to do, right? No, but when you go to university, you start asking questions. Right? So similarly, you ask questions about life. If the speaker here says something, you don't agree, ask question and understand. Ask question and understand so that we can apply it. It is not just something theoretical. It is something very practical. Spiritual life is very practical. Yat karosi asnasi yat juhosi dadasi yat. Krishna says, whatever you do it for me. Whatever you eat, you make as an offering to me. Whatever you give away, you give it to me. In the end, you come back to me. How more practical do you want it to be? Can you think of something more practical? You eat, okay, you eat. You offer to Krishna, you take prasadam. You want to do something, you do it as an offering to Krishna. You work for Krishna. You want to sing, you sing the name of Krishna. So in this way, any activities performed can be connected. We come here to learn how we can connect our life, all our activities to Krishna. In this way, our life becomes spiritualized. It becomes transformed. It's not just another mundane life. It's not just another household life, not another family life. Your family life becomes charged with spirituality because you're putting Krishna in the center. In this way, everyone in the family will progress. We live our life, we work, we have our family, we have all of material needs taken care of. At the same time, we're moving forward spiritually. Okay? Okay. Agree? Don't agree? Who don't agree? Who agrees? Some neither here nor there. Agree means now you have to go back, you have to practice. You have to chant. Everyone has to chant. Make a commitment to yourself. You don't have to tell me, you don't have to promise me, you commit to yourself. If you don't respect yourself, I cannot say anything more. You make a promise to yourself that today onwards, I'm going to chant at least one round every day. At least one round. Who will do that? I mean, so those of you who are already doing that don't have to raise your hand. Those who are not doing it will start doing it. Who? Everyone is already doing that? Everyone is already chanting? Okay, very nice. Now you have to increase. Just like when you're working, you want to earn more money. You want to get a bigger position. You get higher salary. You do business, you want to make more money. So now you're chanting, you should have a spiritual goal. I want to increase my chanting. Isn't that a nice goal? I want to increase my chanting. And I want to read Prabhupada's books every day. Even if it's just one slok, even if it's just 1 page, 2 page. Before you know it, in 1 year, you read the whole Bhagavad-gītā. Time will pass. If you do something, you don't do something, time will pass. But so, from now, this is April, by the end of 31st December, when you make your New Year resolution, 1st January, you look back, what you can do. Oh, I read Bhagavad-gītā. Or I have not started reading Bhagavad-gītā. The time will pass, still by. So what you're going to use the time for, that's up to you. Do you have any question? So in this way, Krishna will reciprocate as you surrender. Yes, Prabhu.
Will you give an example of, I think, $80,000?
What?
About the person can be happy up to $80,000?
$1,000?
$80,000 you were saying in class. Like, if you earn up to...
Yeah.
So this is a high amount for at least...
America, 80,000 is not a lot of money.
Now
No, it depends on, like I say, it depends on the country, the cost of living in each country.
what is the highest standard? In Copenhagen?
80,000 here would be what? Almost 500,000? 500,000 would be a bit tough here, isn't it?
It's for a year.
500,000 krona a year is a bit tough. 500,000 income for the family in Denmark, it'll be a bit tough. Huh? A year. A year. Yeah. Oh, 80,000 a month. It's a lot of money, 80,000 a month. It's a year. Here we have to survive on 500,000 a year. It's 40-something thousand. The rent is already 12, 15, 20,000. Already half of that. The car, heating, food, school, children. No, not 500,000. There will not be much left to give donation to the temple. They need to earn more. They have to make sure they earn more, so they have something spare. Any other? Is that 4:30 Arctic? Huh? Okay, I'll keep going until the... Yeah. You see, in terms of reciprocating, you can also see in the past of Nishingadev. You know, for many people, Nishingadev is too scary. Like for example, my brother is very favorable towards Krishna consciousness. Every time he write to me, text me, he say Haribo, or when I answer the phone, he say Haribo, you know, right? But I want to give him a picture of Nishingadev. He said, too strong, too scary. He wouldn't accept. But for the devotees, Nishingadev doesn't look scary. And when Nishingadev appeared, even Hiranyakashipu, the greatest demon, he was taken aback when he saw the form of Nishingadev and had a fight. And after killing Hiranyakashipu, Nishingadeva was still very angry. Nobody dared to approach him. Lord Brahma dare not approach him. He asked Lakshmi, that's your husband. You go and pacify him. Lakshmi said, I've never seen my husband so angry before. Then all different demigods all come up excuses. They would dare not approach. And then who did they approach? The little innocent boy, 5-year-old Prahlad. Hey, Prahlad, he came because of you, right? So you go and pacify him. Prahlad said, Lord Brahma tell me I'll do. And he went up. When he went up, the Nishingadeva immediately calmed down. And took him on his lap. And see how Krishna reciprocate with different as you surrender. Because Prahlad was completely surrendered. Completely dependent on him. No fear. And Nishingadeva reciprocated. So Krishna is a perfect reciprocator. How we approach him? If we approach him honestly, Krishna will be very honest with us. If we try to cheat, like this lady with a big bundle of incense, Krishna said, all right, you want wealth, you get this counterfeit wealth. You offer me false devotion, you get false wealth. And when we actually surrender to Krishna, Krishna take full care of our life, take full control of our life. Sometimes we may ask for things that's not good for us. We think it's good, but it's not good for us. Krishna may not reward it, but he will reward us in another way to help us to understand this is not good for you. But if we insist, sometimes you give it, and you have to suffer a bit, and you realize, okay, now I understand why. So it feels so good to always be protected by someone so powerful. Right? There's no one more powerful than Krishna. We feel so safe. And everyone here has this opportunity. There are 600,000 people in Copenhagen? How many? 500. Yes. 5.5. That's Denmark. Or Copenhagen. Yeah, 11 server, less than 1 million. When I was here, it was 500,000. Now also 500,000. And you have to add all the Indians that came. So many came. And Nepali. And the Ukrainian. So out of that, how many here? Fortunate to be here. Listening to Bhagavad-gītā. Taking part in chanting of the holy name. All the other 500, 600 million, 1,000 out there, who knows what they do. Very, very fortunate. You are a few fortunate one. Do you realize that? Do you realize how fortunate you are? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, so you realize that. And that's why you keep coming, but you can do more. The other 6 days, you are not coming. Every day, do something. Chant, read Prabhupada's book.
How do you realize that we are so fortunate?
How do you realize it?
Yes, that was the question that Thomas asked.
What are you doing here? What are you doing in the temple? Getting up so early in the morning when the best time to sleep. If you are not realize something, why you're still here? You're asking a question that you already answered, you already know. The fact that you keep doing it for the last few years, you already know the answer. Okay. You have a question or statement? Okay, loud.
I just wanted to ask that little child that was accused of
Oh, okay, I forgot. Later, after he left, the Pujari found out that the necklace was under the skirt of Krishna. It had dropped from his neck and fallen under, and he didn't see it. So later on, after he became very rich, one day he met the champion of the temple, who actually saw him and then apologized to him, and he married his daughter. And his daughter was not this modern lady who don't believe in God. He didn't share the same enthusiasm as him in worshiping the home deity. He said, for me, you are my God. You are my Bhagavan. I don't need to worship any other Bhagavan. And then the son got very sick. None of the doctors could cure. So finally, out of desperation, the husband said, let's go to the temple and pray. And they pray and they pray and pray and pray. Suddenly, the bell dropped and the ground and some water came out, spray on the son, and he became, Bollywood. And then the water spray on the son and he got killed. And she became a believer. I love that movie, simple. And there was another movie. He was just working in the ghee shop, but he was always dreaming about getting rich. So one day he was always buying lottery, hoping to get rich. Then one day Vishnu appeared before him, and they had a conversation about rich. And they said, "You will be rich, but you not necessarily you'll be happy." He said, "Nah, I'll be happy. I don't need God. By my effort, I'll become rich. I don't need God to make me rich." And they struck lottery, became very rich, and bought up the whole ghee shop. And they said, "My son will marry into this family. My son was that. My daughter will marry this. Then they're going to have a degree," and so on and so forth. And live in a big house. One day, their old friend, a neighbor friend came to visit. Was a Muslim man. He came, and you have to wait until my next visit to finish the story. Sorry. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai.